What's up, angels? It's the West Coast Bells, and we are back with a review of Tamar's Get Your Life. We're going to do episode 5 and 6, Celebrations and Chaos, and the final word. I'm Misha,
And I'm Ty.
and if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for your bells.
Please hit the bell for your bells.
Yes, please.
So I just want to start out by saying this. I hate that we even decided to do this show. This is the worst reality show that I've ever seen in my life. It just is. It's not entertaining, and it makes me really feel bad for Tamar somewhat. But at the same time, it makes me feel like, why did you agree to do this if this is what you were intending to give the people? Sorry, I had to put my headset in. And she knew this was what she was going to give the people the whole time. You know she did. Because this is what she gives.
Exactly. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's just terrible. Now I don't want to hear. I don't want to see her again by herself on reality TV. Okay. The thing is this: when it comes down to it, Tamar is not that interesting. She, we want to see you sing, Tay. We want to see you sing. That's what we want. We want to see you sing, Tay. Okay. That's
Sorry about
it.
that.
We don't want you to go on TV and show us your single mom side. You haven't even mastered that yet.
I
Obviously.
wouldn't I wouldn't mind seeing that side of her if we saw the other side of Tamar more. Like you gotta warm me up to that. You can't just go from the reality star and songstress to mom and girlfriend, like with a controlling boyfriend. I don't like that. I don't like that. Not without still seeing the songstress and the performer and all of that
Yes, the
also.
artist.
Uh-uh. Yeah,
Tamar,
the
the
artiste.
artist, is the one that we had grown to love, the big mouth artiste. And not the thing is that okay, she became famous and became the favorite Braxton because of being so blunt and being having that outspokenness and not having a filter and just saying whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
And now it seems like she doesn't like that. She's portrayed the way she's portrayed for the things she gave, and she doesn't like it. She just doesn't like it. Oh, these are our marriage and marijuana, Mister and
Yes.
Kate.
And
Hey,
that's what I was going to get to. David does want the spotlight, and Tamar really does need to grow up. Tamar acts like a spoiled brat, and she throws tantrums every time she doesn't get her way or every time something is not going her way. And
yes,
she always abandons the commitment. Period.
and
That's
she's
her
been that
pattern, and
way
that's
for
her history.
years, and she's been doing this for years on national TV. It's
Yeah,
hard
and then
to watch.
she wonders why her sisters don't want to mess with her. The reason why is because she always wants somebody to support her, but she never support anybody else. If you support people, people will support you. And that's just simple. All she did was talk
And
mess about everybody and everybody's man,
yes,
you
because
know.
she acts like she's up here and like they're down there. Okay, she have literally called her brother-in-law's bums. Okay,
Right. And
seriously.
called him the predator and then had the nerve. Oh, I got 5 minutes.
Hey, God. Yes,
She had the nerve to call him the predator and then get with somebody that has locks. That's why
yes,
when Kevin said that to him, I was all so here for it.
and on everything, Kevin got way more swag and looked way better than David. Don't
And
even
he
try
does.
it. He
He's
does.
ooh,
It's just, I mean, seriously. I mean, I guess it's all in your taste or whatever, but Kevin looks way better than David. It's his
in my
attitude.
opinion.
He's got that calm, that
He grown. It's a grown
even
man thing.
yeah, that even kill where it don't even matter what you say to him. He already know who he is. So it's just it is what it is with him.
So I guess we should go ahead and get into the shit show.
Hmm.
Um,
I hate this.
this episode was pretty much David's episode, okay? So they open up, Tamar's talking about David's party and why there are no balloons. She have a little fit, and they let her know that somebody went to go get some balloons. Then they immediately go to him talking to his sister, and talking about the last time he had a party was when he was 7, and he learned how to really celebrate from Tamar. Like, yeah, right. You learned how to be in the spotlight from Tamar. You know, I'm over David. I've been over him since episode 1. Period. But she said he says Tamar had to convince him to have a party. Okay, yeah, whatever. And she convinced you to broadcast it too on national television, I'm sure.
Right. Even though your whole family doesn't want to be on TV and they're not really into the cameras and things like that, darling.
And you know what was very telling was when his sister said she had doubts about Tamar. You know, like if
You don't even
anybody
know
should,
me. Like you don't even know me. You know how you gonna have doubts about me? You don't even
if
know me.
anybody should have doubts, it should be Tamar. I'm just saying, you know, this family act really kooky and weird when it come to religion. And Tamar know good and well that she not about that life like that. She got a lot of things that she likes to do, so I've heard, that do not fit into that lifestyle. So whatever, I got so many
Girl,
feelings about that. I'm not even gonna get all into it. But she
I
basically
wouldn't get into the
regurgitated.
way Tasha K reported how she liked to get her box A by escorts either. But go ahead, that ain't our business.
So his sister pretty much regurgitates exactly what he said about the dream work, and about Nigerian culture marrying into each other's families and how they take on each other's families. I'm like, whatever, that's BS. You see, I'm like, whatever the whole time. I just can't, because this was literally David's show. So the day of the party, David comes out. He's got on his white. You know how I feel about black men wearing white suits. I think it looks good on us. You know, it just really does. And I enjoyed everybody the way they were dressed, and just seeing all the black people come together and look good like that together. But that party, it seemed like he couldn't even enjoy himself. He was trying to follow Tamar around so bad.
Yeah, and figure out what she's doing and why are you not out here? It's for you.
Like,
Go ahead and party.
let's stick together. Let's just That's what he made the little comment to her when she was talking to Michael, and he ran in there and got her from talking to Michael. Let's just stick together tonight, babe. I'm like, what do you mean? This your party. Go enjoy your people. Why I gotta be up under you? Like, that doesn't make sense. It makes
Right.
absolutely no sense. And I know why. I feel the same way I felt the very first episode. He knows that wherever Tamar is, that's where the cameras are. Okay. That's where the cameras are going to be. So, and Tamar was over it. She's like, it's 12:30. I don't want to. I mean, at 12:30 we can end this. I don't know why we gotta. And he's like, well, let's just kick my friends out then. I'm like, he's so manipulative. I can't stand it. And he acts like a baby
I
too.
would
He's
have been
like,
like,
mm-mm.
cool, I'm glad you agree. Let's do it.
Right,
You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out of here.
right. And I'm just going all out of order because this whole episode just really, just it just bothered me. Like, Tamar came out in her dress, and you remember that when she came out in her dress, he said she looked like Della Reese from Harlem Nights. Basically, said you look like the old lady. You look
Yeah,
like the older lady.
and you look fat. That's wrong.
Right.
That's
I'm
wrong.
like, I can't with him. I was over it. I'm
Kay
like, and
said
so
Mister does not like David at all and called him broke with some broke.
right.
Some broke.
You know, and then the way he keep throwing up, I'm a diehard Christian, and we're religious, religious, religious. Well, you wasn't religious when Tamar told you you had to go 45 days without sex and you're not
Right,
married.
right.
You know, where was the religion then? Like, I can't stand people that are selectively religious. Oh, girl, this whole show irked the hell out of me. So I said I was gonna hurry up. So let me hurry up and get you to your part.
Hmm.
Um,
You gonna let this?
David, they showed a part of David talking to his brother who was a so-called pastor, and he started talking about mediums and all kind of stuff, and that dream work is definitely witchcraft. And I'm like, come on, you so full of bull too, because the girl ain't even a medium, goalie. And at the party, she got drunk and fell. This was just a whole mess. I feel like goalie should have kept it together a little bit more. If this is something that she's been doing for so long, she should be able to answer these kind of questions. I'm sure that he's not the first person that's come at her like that. And I wish she would have handled it a little bit better and and basically said what she needed to say to explain, what it is that she does. Like she just got so defensive so fast that the message got lost in their fight, you know. But
I believe
anyway,
that that was because she was speaking with someone who's African. Because if she were speaking with, uh, um, someone who was Caucasian, I just believe that the conversation would have went a lot differently.
mhm,
I just believe that, you know, because they do want to portray certain people on television to be a certain way. And normally, when they are of a darker complexion, they do want to portray them as angry or confrontational. So it was easy because that's what David gave, but
absolutely.
yeah, but I do
He
think
gave controlling also, and that this is something that this is not our first go round. We are grown women. I don't know what Tamar is in her mind, but it seems like she's still the same little girl as she was 15 years ago.
yeah, and
So
just like Tracy, like they're all unable to get past
stuck in
everything.
time,
Even
yeah,
Tony is doing the same thing. She's like, I want to do my show by myself just because I just feel like I've always had to share with my sisters. So what is your sisters?
well, I can understand that because they bring the Tony Braxton brand down. It's not the same. The music is not the same, and we're not as receptive. Tony wins Grammys without her sisters. Period.
Yeah,
She had
that's true. But the camera catches what you give. That's what I'm saying. Like
exactly,
that's what she gave. That's what David gave. David
absolutely
gave controlling, angry, not open, just completely closed to everything. Gully
right.
said he was not open from the moment they started the very first conversation. He
Right.
was
And
closed.
that's because he knew that Tamar's growth is going to lead to her not being with him. That's what I believe. But anyways, David was so disrespectful to Goldie at the party. Like he brings her to go and introduce her to people, and then he goes, "What is it that you do?"
Yeah, that's just that.
Like
That was completely shady.
I'm
That was
sitting
shady.
here like that's dirty as hell. And so then Tamar wants to act like she don't know why Goldie left and that she's not welcome back because she disrespected him in his home. That's your house. That's your house. I can't stand it, Misha. I
I
can't.
can't either. I can't either. Like
Matter of
just
fact, I can't even finish. Listen, I said
you
Goldie fell
can't
at the
give
party
a
already.
boyfriend husband power unless you know this is your husband. Like I guess
You
I don't know.
know,
Maybe all women feel like it's just
I
your
don't even want to finish this commentary, but I'm gonna go ahead because I don't like feeling like I'm just dogging somebody the whole time. And this really made me feel like that. But there is a part that was very poignant in this particular episode, and that was when her friend came and was telling her about the dream work in the Bible and how it told the story of that dream work or dreams were used to interpret how a person was really feeling or what was going on in their lives at the time. And he reads she actually grabs the Bible and she reads it. And apparently they tell the story about Joseph, who was a dreamer. And I'm like, okay, now you have your proof. Why don't you take that to David? Why don't you, let him know what it is? Because even as soon as he said that, I was like, what is he talking about? They talk about dreams all through the Bible. Every
right.
time somebody dreamed about or thought that they saw Jesus was
Yeah,
typically
it was a
analyzed and thought
daydream,
to
a
be a
night
dream.
dream.
Yes,
It didn't
exactly.
happen. Hmm.
It's dreams all through, and I'm not a religious person, but I've been there to know, been there and studied it enough to know, So the reason they had brought that up, the Bible part, is because they were all in there going through Tamar's Ellen dream. And look, I do feel like Goldie brought David into it to explain to her why she was dreaming about what was happening with David. I think that Goldie knew what she was doing, and I know what her intention was when she was doing that. But she was doing that and leading her in that direction because, like she said, she knew what Tamar's dreams meant. And I believe that she did because, as you can see, they're not together anymore.
Right.
And they're going through a whole bunch of drama. David already with someone else. Right. So I really truly believe that. That's how I feel about it. So I'm just gonna move quickly through this. They got into after the party and everything. David comes back to speak with Goldie, and they go into a private room, shut the cameras out as usual. This is what Tamar does, and they're clearly arguing back there, and it's clearly getting heated. And you can hear him shouting, "You're not gonna separate me from Tamar. You're not gonna break up my family." All kind of stuff. And I'm like, newsflash, that's not your family, David. That's Vince's family. They're just not together
Right.
anymore. But
Right.
that's Vincent Herbert's family. Vincent V. Herbert. You better go back and check the episode.
You better.
Everything that she is not everything that she is, but a large part of what she is because of Vincent Herbert. So,
Absolutely.
and you had nothing to do with it. You can't take any credit for it anywhere. You can try to play with Logan and try to get everybody on your side to make it look like you're the caring and great stepfather, but it's all a ploy and a plot inside of your head. And that's why you guys are not together now. So,
Hold on, it's
they got
okay.
into
Hold
this.
on. Wait. Get
Are
over
you
here, baby.
are you gonna let us see your whole bra?
No, this is a Kimmy.
Oh, okay, I was like, wait a minute, you giving a show today, girl?
It's
So yeah,
a Kimmy.
that was pretty much the end of the episode. The argument. Then they go in. Tamar comes out like nothing happened. Goalie leaves and quits and gives her dramatic leave off like goodbye forever. And I was so over it. I'm so over this show. I'm glad that they only had 6 episodes. I was expecting this to be able to, show Tamar's process and talk about her process.
Yes, I
We
thought
went
she was
to it.
going to sing. I thought
Listen,
Tamar the
you
artist
know
was going
how
to.
we watch the marriage boot camp shows or whatever, and we watch their therapy, and it kind of helps us a little bit. I was thinking that we were going to see a full transformation, or maybe not a full transformation, because how can you do a full transformation in 6 weeks? But a major transformation in Tamar throughout this process, and we were going to be able to show her growth from day one to the last day. But that is exactly opposite of what this is. This was a complete shit show. She brings the Braxton brand down because of her antics, period. And that's why Tamar does not want to perform with her sisters. And,
Alrighty.
and, and you can go ahead and start on episode number 6.
Look, Yaya WMS says Tamar should have never left Vince, and
Agreed.
I agree.
But that's her pattern. She abandons her commitments. That's her pattern. It's
Yeah,
what she does. So I mean, we can only
she's an
expect from
example
her.
of if the grass, she thought the grass was greener on the other side, and it wasn't. It
That's
just
right. That's right. She definitely thought the grass was greener, and on top of that, she had gotten ahead of herself. She got too big for herself. Just like another person we talked about, Nene Leaks. They do the same thing. They have this grandioso attitude that makes them, or grandeur that makes them, sense of grandeur that makes them feel like they are way more than what they are,
yeah,
and then
just
they get
bigger than
humbled by life.
everything. Yes.
Yeah. And then they get humbled by life. Because even if you are growing and you're making it big, that doesn't make you better than anybody else. And that's exactly how Nene act. That's exactly how Tamar act. And that's why they can't reach that next level, that level of stardom that they both want.
Right.
But
Right. Moving on to the next episode. Okay, I think it's called The Final Word. I'm not really sure. If it's not, I'll go back and fix it. but but and look, Yaya said Tamar is still looking for daddy. Nene too, girl. Don't start preaching Tamar, Nene, Kenya. They all the same person. Okay?
yes,
They are.
yes.
They are.
And they don't know how to be friends or support anybody because they want everybody to be, they got to be the center of attention. They want everybody
Exactly.
to be like the world revolves around them. That's
Right.
the problem.
If you
You
can't be
got
a
to
good
share the
sister, you
spotlight.
definitely cannot be a good friend. Period. And nothing really happened in episode 6. I think it is the final word that was noteworthy. But what it is that we saw was Mona come to Tamar and show her the footage for the season. And what we saw was Mona leave her with the footage and leave her to process what was going on by herself because it was what she gave. Listen, this is what you gave. I'm out of here. You don't have nothing to talk to me about because
Right.
this is what you gave. And I was
'Cause-
so glad to see her walk up out of there like that because that's exactly what Tamar deserved because that's what she did in every scene.
But
Okay.
before she walked out of there, she did show herself talking to Tamar and asking her for that commitment in the very beginning. And that's the part she did show her. And then she left after that. She showed her them talking. And if you remember, she said, I need you to commit to not shutting us out. And then she let her know we missed key moments that should have been aired. You
Yeah,
know,
that was
and
good TV, and she didn't allow those moments to be aired because she was trying to be a regular person. But you are on TV, you are a reality star. Please give us
but that
reality.
doesn't matter. She is a
That's
regular person. She is a regular person. And it wasn't a storyline, it was her real story. Just like she did on the Braxton Family Values when she started going through her divorce. She didn't
but
want to
she
talk
has
about
a
it or nothing.
she wants to differentiate the mom Tamar from the artist Tamar, but they're the same person. They're the same person.
Look at me.
They're the same person. They are. I can't stand it. And other than that, she showed up for a couple of interviews with production, a couple of green screens, late, no makeup on,
Did I send you that picture?
the wig. I don't
She
just I
has
don't
zero glam on whatsoever. And listen, I rarely pick apart anybody. And I'm not gonna pick her apart, but she looks bad. She looked bad. She looked unhappy. She looked unsatisfied. She looked absolutely terrible. You could see when a woman stops smiling and she has that glow, the glow is gone. You can literally see every flaw. I'm talking about the bad nose job, the lip thing. So it was a mess. Like,
yes.
and the nostrils. How you dig in your nose? Like if you got one in there, it won't come out. She can't even fit a pinky finger in her nostril. Oh, I guess you're not supposed to do that, huh?
No, I guess not. I guess
Okay.
not.
I mean, but everybody, well, never mind. I thought it was natural to just, I'm not saying dig all the way in there, but you, I'm just saying. But
But as far as Tamar goes, that's it. She's still in her way. She's not gonna get out. It seems like she can't find a way around herself. So
wait, the other part of the episode 6. Let me say this: is it me or did David have more interviews than anybody on the show with production? We saw David more and more scenes than we saw Tamar. Absolutely, I mean, this. If I had known that I was going to be watching the David show, that I would not have committed to doing this
right,
reviews because the only reason we had to keep watching these reviews was because we had to keep watching the shows because we started doing the reviews.
yes, because we committed
And
to
unlike
you,
Tamar, we
because we
commit.
committed to all of the angels out there, all of the Belle's angels.
Unlike Tamar, we committed
Committed.
and we followed through with our commitment.
Yes, we did.
But this is it
And
was awful.
it was awful. And we do want to see Tamar be successful. We want to see you sing again because we know that's when you're happy. And until we see you
And
sing,
that's why she's
well,
not singing because she's
yeah,
not happy.
not happy.
She's
I,
not happy. When a singer when they're happy is going to
they're
sing.
gonna sing.
I'm a
Period.
singer. I'm gonna sing when
I'm
I'm
gonna
happy.
sing when I
No,
wake
I'm not
up.
gonna sound as good as Tamar, but
When
I'm
I go
still
to
gonna
sleep.
sing.
That's right.
And Tamar has a beautiful voice. So when I see somebody that has a voice like that does not want to sing, I know it's because they're not happy. And that's what makes me sad for Tamar.
Yes. But
And
that's
she
all
has
we
all the
got.
resources. She has all the resources and everything in the world, and You forgot to even talk. I'm glad that Mona talked to David too, and let. I know you tired of it too, but
I
listen,
hate
I'm glad that Mona got to talk to David because, and then look at how David had her come to his office. You see what I'm saying? Like he really was laying it on thick. Like he didn't want to be in front of the cameras, but somehow the cameras were at your job, in your house. You have two houses, so they're in Tamar's house, but that's your house too. The cameras are in your car, but you didn't really want to be on TV. Come on. Come on. When you get so far in your career and you're established, well established, and successful, the only reason for you to go on television is to be, that's right. I sing because I'm happy to. But
and
the
I
only
say
reason for you to
out
go
for
on
free.
television is to enhance your brand. So he was doing a lot, a
It
whole
really
lot
was.
for the cameras. But okay,
Absolutely.
that's all we got.
That's definitely all we got. So
I
thank you
had fun
guys.
with you guys.
Yes. And stay tuned for our other videos. We have a couple more videos to do. We got some catching up to do for y'all.
But wait,
So
we're about to do the point spread, so stay tuned for the NFL point spreads with the West Coast Bells because that's
that's
coming up
right.
in about an hour or so. And we're gonna give you guys our picks for this week, what we betting on at the sports book here in Las Vegas, the key injuries and everything. So stay tuned. It's the
Yes, and
NFL with the West Coast
you
Bells.
might get some money. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for your bells.
Please hit the bell for your bells.